Hello my crafty friends, how is everyone today? Welcome to my channel. This is Sheree, my channel is Turquoise Dreaming, and I'm here today to share some things I've gotten done behind the scenes in the last week or so. And I always do this to share so you can see what what you can do if you need some inspiration, and what you can do just in a little bit of time while you're watching TV, or maybe you're going out of town and you want to have something to keep your hands busy, or any kind of situation like that. So I like to share the goodies that I've gotten done behind the scenes with you. I think it's fun, and I hope you enjoy it too. So yes, let me start with, I just did a video where I did some painting, very unprofessional painting, and was trying to use up some paints and some postcards, blank postcards that I got in like one of those little boxes, and I got it at a thrift store, and I've had it for years and I haven't used them. And so anyway, I finally got some inspiration and just decided to do that with these postcards. So I left a video where most of them were still drying, so I didn't take them up, take them apart. So they're perforated. So I just took them apart after they dried, and this is what I have been left with as far as a base. I'm going to use them as a base for something, some type of ephemera or journaling card. So like I have options where I can add things to this ephemera, focal point, I can round the corners, and most of them I think all of them I really managed to keep the back very clean without getting paint on the back. I was a little worried about that, but here's the orange ones that I thought in the video. I even said maybe these could be for Halloween. They're orange with a little bit of blue paint in the background. You can see the blue there, like a little turquoisey type or aqua colored blue type paint. These were the red and green ones that I said I could maybe use for Christmas. I think they're a great base, and they'll really look cute with a focal point. These are also red and green, same thing, or don't have to be Christmas, but that was also red and green, but I made the spots with the red. And then this is the one where I painted flowers, and I did take these apart already on video. I did not add, I said I was going to add to these, which I did not do yet, maybe some white outline or black or both. So I haven't done that yet, but this is how they look right now, which I think they're fun. So, what I heard an artist say, that if you do something, say you don't like it, just keep doing things to it, and pretty soon, hopefully you'll like it. Hopefully it will get to a point that you like it. So, and I do like all those things, but I do want to add, at least to one of those, I want to experiment where I add some white and black possible outlines with markers or paint. I have paint markers, so all that kind of thing. So that was one thing I got done this week. And then the second thing, these I got done at work. So I wanted to get more done, but this is what I got done at work on my lunch break, where I have a lunch break at work, and I stayed in and went into a separate room and did some crafting. So I had these pieces of candy boxes. I took some candy boxes and I cut them apart. And here's one where I just needed to, I still want to make it into a tag. Like I'll add a ribbon and punch a hole and maybe do the angles, all that kind of stuff. But at least I got the backing done. And the same thing, these were the backs of a couple of candy boxes. So I cut out the little games on the back and made them into journaling cards. And then I was like, well, I had my scraps sitting there, and I was just like, oh, I don't want to throw all these pretty scraps away. So I started taking like the sides of the boxes. So these are all sides of, you can see the dots. This is a Cracker Jack side. Here's another dots, and that's it, I think, for the sides. So I went ahead and cut those out nicely, nice and straight and everything. I just had my scissors. I didn't have a paper cutter with me or anything. But, yeah, just cut them with scissors, and I backed them all with white cardstock so I could make them maybe into little bookmarks. I thought they would be cute little bookmarks. I mean, I just love the way they look, the colors and the size, and I just thought they were so cute. So I'm going to punch a little hole, put a little tassel or something at the top, a little ribbon, a little tassel, And these are going to be little bookmarks, future bookmarks. And then this was my Centos that I showed you in a Thrifty Thursday, the little notepads that I got from Dollar Tree. I decided to keep this because it was so cute, but I just, cut the back off and kept this front part. So, and I thought this little guy was so cute. So, I'll see what I do with that in the future. It could be a little pocket, or I could cover up the $1.25 with a little flower or something. I just think it's really cute. I could use it in, a junk journal that I make to put in my shop, or I could use it in my own personal journal. And then these were the top flaps of the boxes. This is the Cracker Jack that I made into this shape, a little kind of angular, kind of almost like a tag. But it could be, I could add a tag under, add something to this, or this could be a little tuck spot. But what I was thinking at the time was this could be a little tab on a page, or it could be a tab on a drilling card or something. You know what I mean? So say if I have a drilling card, not this one, but just say a drilling card, or just put it on the back so you can see better, and use it as a little top. It could be a topper, or it could be a little tab on the side. So that's what I was thinking when I decided to save these and not throw them in the trash. Tabs. So I cut them into this shape so that I could put them on something later, glue or staple. And these two, I just thought these would be adorable little tabs, these little dots, and they have the little tab where you're supposed to tuck it in. And look at that. See, wouldn't that be a cute little tab on a page? There's the yellow one, here's the blue one, and here's the pink one. This is the watermelon. So that's tropical, and this is the regular, I think. Anyway, I thought this would just be, and I backed them all, glued them down onto some, I had my Fabri-Tac with me that day, and I glued them down onto white cardstock and cut them out. So I got that done, all that done. It's not a lot, but it kind of is a lot. I mean, it did take some time to cut those out, glue them down, cut them out. I cut them out, glued them down, cut them out. You know what I mean? So one lunch break, 1 hour for that. And then I finished these. These were long cards, just picture these. If you don't remember, you didn't see that video where I brought them home, or I've showed you these before. They were on a card like this, and I cut them all, separated them all. And if they weren't, like when I separated them, say this was the nice side, if they weren't nice on the back, say they didn't come out even, or there was writing on the back, then I put white cardstock on. So see, these two were nice on the back. These two were even with the frame and everything, and they're nice, not written on. And this one apparently wasn't even, or wasn't nice on the back, so I put white cardstock on. So I did that. Most of these have white cardstock. Most of them didn't come out even, so you'll see. And this took a lot of time. This took several TV times in the last week or so to get all these done. I mean, just to cut them out and then around the corners and then glue them down and all that. So yeah, that took some time, but they're done. I've got one more in there where I ran out of white cardstock. One more in the living room where I need to finish up. And so that was 4 different projects. So I got those all done. I do have more candy boxes and Cracker Jack boxes to finish. I have them in my tote bag that I take to work. So I've got a lot more of those to do if I want to. I mean, I don't have to do that, of course. I can save those boxes to make little journals or whatever, but I have a few more that I have picked out to go ahead and make into things like I just showed you. So I will work on those on my lunch break too. So these are just ideas of things you can do when you want to keep your hands busy, and maybe just not get involved in a big project. Just want to do a little something. So, and these are the book pages I finished up in the last week. I had these glued down, and I had them over by my sewing machine. And here's what I did with messy stitching. This one right here. Most of them are just straight stitch around. I don't think I did any with zigzag. I like to straight stitch around on these mostly. And I had them glued down. I just needed to, there's another messy stitchy one. But yeah, so I finished those up. So I'm happy with what I got accomplished. Oh, one more thing, don't let me forget. don't let me forget, I started a cat box. I put a few cat cards in here that I got from Lardell. This is all I have so far. I just started it. And so this is, they might not even stay in this box, but this is just what I had right here, so I just put them in here. But then I had a sticker sheet left from a 12 by 12 collection kit from Echo Park, and I cut out all the stickers, and then put them. Well, all I had to do is pull them off the sticker sheet. Not cut them out. Pull them off a sticker sheet. Put them all on. I had some white cardstock, like 8.5 by 11. Put them down on the white cardstock, and then cut them out. And I kind of tried to leave a white border around everything, like a sticker. But now they're not sticking on the back, of course. They are, I consider them like ephemera now. So I can either, I can glue them down on something. I can put them on a tag. I can still do things like I would do with a sticker. I just have to add glue. And I just didn't want to store them, though, on that 12 by 12 paper. I'd rather store them in here in my box with my other cat stuff, or in a little, envelope or cellophane bag or something, just something small. So I just have this instead of a big 12 by 12 sheet. And then I can also just put little bits and pieces if I don't use them. Say I make a cat journal, I don't use them all, I can easily put the rest in a little goodie pack, a little coin envelope or something for someone. So maybe even Happy Mail or something, so yeah, that's just an idea. If you have some sticker sheets and you have them scattered like I did around there, but you don't want to put that sticker sheet, you don't want to store that 12 by 12 sheet, that's what I did. So anyway, I really like that. I would totally do this again. It didn't take that much time. I don't mind cutting. I mean, these weren't hard to cut out. You can see a lot of rectangles and bigger pieces. I mean, the hardest things were to cut out were really these little paw prints right here. And there's some little tiny ones. Those were the hardest things to cut out, but they weren't that hard, so it's not hard. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed all my accomplishments and ideas, and hopefully you picked up some motivation and inspiration, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.